We're the indie project, Bee and Theo, and we've been living and travelling the world in vans for the past 6 years. We're currently renovating an abandoned stone barn in Portugal to turn into a beautiful tiny home for us and our cats, Ginjey Bear and Furrnando. Follow our journey from the very beginning as we document the whole process of creating an off-grid home.
Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video from here in sunny Central Portugal. We've got a really good one for you today. We're excited for you to see it, so sit back and watch a complete tour of our land. I know you guys have been really wanting to see this and kind of understand where everything's situated, so enjoy.
Welcome to the bottom section of our property. I cut it up into three sections. We got the bottom, the middle and the top, and right now we're going to show you around the bottom first.
This is actually really exciting because we've never shown an in-depth tour film like this before on our property, and this road that Bee's walking up actually goes all the way to our house, which is very useful. And then on the left-hand side there we have stone walls that border all of our land, which is quite useful.
It is, it's really nice actually, and they're very stunning. I'm going to actually go off the road and take you to the first part that I want to show you.
Yeah, so if we keep walking, it takes from the very bottom of our property to the very top. I actually timed it because I'm a bit of a geek, and it actually takes us about 5 minutes, which is quite a long time. So yeah, it's just a little stroll through this area.
Past some quince trees.
Past some quince trees, which is always nice. And the track starts to narrow.
So as you can see, this is an old tractor track, and we know it's a tractor track because it's way too small for any car to fit through.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting another vehicle through there apart from a tractor.
It's bordered with really beautiful stones.
Yeah, there's stones everywhere down here, which is really useful. And over here, in these bushes, I've actually used stones from this boulder garden for our house. You're probably wondering what this big metal object is here, and I'm sure Bee will enlighten you.
It's covered in bird poo, and you might think that it means it's a bird stand, but it's not. It actually would have been used back in the day to get water out of the well, which is behind me.
Yeah, this well is actually a spring-fed well, and you can tell there's water here because of all of the overgrowth, and it really needs a trim, but we don't have time to do that right now. But the water in there is beautifully clear.
It's basically a watering hole for all of the wild animals around here. We did set up a camera trap once, which we really need to start doing again actually. So right now we're standing in the orchard, which has got a load of mature fruit trees in it. These two over here are quince trees that are the loveliest spot to sit and read a book.
And then on the other side, we have this magnificent olive tree. And I have actually counted the olive trees, but I've forgotten. But it's definitely over 30 on our property. And you can see the size compared to B. If I just tilt the camera up, look at the size of that compared to B.
I love the fact that the olive trees have just flowered as well. I had no idea that they'd flower because we never spent a spring into summer here before, so it's been really nice to see that change.
They also smell really nice as well.
They do.
I never knew that olive trees smelt of anything.
This here, I love this. It's a dead tree, as I'm sure you can tell, that's got so much character. It's all twisted and spun. It's bleached in the sun. It's cracked. It's gorgeous.
And then if we carry on further into the deepest depths of the orchard,
we've got some crazy vines that have just been left to their own devices for who knows how many years.
One thing you will realise about our trees and our vines is they all need pruning and cutting back, but we just don't have the time at the moment with the house project. So we're really looking forward to when the house is done. We're going to have our work cut out, bringing all the fruit trees and all the, all the plants back to life.
I would really like to do an olive harvest this winter. That's my plan. Behind me is a loquat tree that I was so excited about in the last video to discover that it was producing edible fruit that tasted so good.
Oh, it tasted amazing. I'm not surprised you're excited because I was a bit hesitant to try the fruit, but actually it was really nice.
It was. And then we were in the orange trees. We've got 3 different kinds. A new one growing there that just planted and seeded itself, but it's done very well.
This is probably one of my favourite areas down in this lower section of the land. It's just really magical. And to come down here and just pick the fruit straight off the tree, and they're the best oranges you will ever taste.
They are. They really are very nice. And then here, I think this is actually my favourite plant. We've got the prickly pear.
Oh, the prickly pears.
It's flowering and it looks so stunning. I've never seen it flower. It's really the most beautiful plant ever.
We get so many comments from people so confused that we have these prickly pears on our property because they thought they only grew in like a desert land.
I accidentally just took one of the apples off the tree, but this is one of our apple trees. And then here is a pear tree. And there's loads of pears on it. They all blend in with the leaves, but as you can see, here's a pear. This is so cool.
We really have got an abundance of fruit.
I'm sure you've guessed from this thing, but we've got another well right here, and this would have been used back in the day to get water out of it.
Yeah, this is an ancient device, and this is our main well, Manuel, and you can see the crane with the post on the end, and basically you would have put a bucket on the end of that post and used this crane to pull water out of the ground. And it's so cool, the ancient methods that they use, like with the weight to keep the crane down, is just a piece of stone that they put a hole in. It's just really cool. And then if I go through here, and all of the wildflowers are just stunning, leading up to my favorite area of the land, I think. This is a stone well, and it's a spiral, and whoever built this had incredible skill. And you can see just there, that is a device that a donkey would have walked around the well and pulled buckets of water up into a water holding tank, which is soon to become our swimming pool.
to take a moment to say a huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. If you don't know what Skillshare is, it's a fantastic online learning platform that you can access from your phone, your tablet, your laptop or desktop PC and have access to thousands of classes in so many different topics. I'm talking art, design, marketing, business, productivity. There's literally a class to suit everyone, and I really enjoy searching through every single month for a new class to try out, and this month that took me to a staff pick class by Dylan Mazwinski all about illustrated journaling, 14 days of prompts. It's been a lot of fun and really been a great way to get my creativity flowing, and I've always been interested in journaling but never found the right way to do it, and I think this works for me. If you want to try out Skillshare, the first 1,000 of our subscribers to click the link in our description can get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership, which is a really good deal, and it works out at less than $10 a month for an annual membership. So what are you waiting for? Click that link and give it a go.
We're now at the top of the well, and you can see this is where the water would have drained into the water holding tank.
And Theo's done a fantastic job at sealing it back up so it can be our nice plunge pool for the summer, because I'm standing under the shade right now. It's 33 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty toasty. This is our spa area, which I'm in love with. Like I said, we've got the umbrella, we've got the pool, and then we've got our outdoor shower, which is so nice.
It's a work in progress. You can see there, I've managed to render it all now. It just needs a lick of paint. But one of my favourite parts has got to be that shower, because you stand under there with that incredible view behind you.
One word.
And you just look up at the land, and it's just, you kind of have to pinch yourself, don't you?
It's refreshing.
Oh, it's so refreshing.
It is refreshing.
I think I'm going to have a shower soon, actually.
Me too. I'm very hot.
And there's figs everywhere, so...
Oh yeah, there's a fig tree right here.
So fig tree there, and then I'm pretty sure that's a fig tree right behind the shower.
Welcome to the final section of our orchard. We've got a beautiful quince tree here. In fact, we've got quite a few around this section. And then behind me, we've got our vineyard.
We actually get a really good yield of grapes from this vineyard, considering it's not been pruned in many, many years.
They've been left to their own devices, as you can see, but there are fresh grapes growing. I know that I'm going to try and find some right now and I won't be able to, so I'm just going to give up on that. But yeah, you can see, it's just kind of a little bit wild down here.
It is wild. There's plenty of vines. There's actually posts and wire where the vines go over the top and kind of droop over the wire.
Yeah, one time back in the day, someone put a lot of effort into this, and I'd really like to revive it once the barn is finished.
And behind Bee, you can see in the distance the red roof of the house.
And now we come into our massive field.
Yeah, this place is huge, and this is going to be really good for animals.
Let them go.
You can see here how massive this field is, and here's Bee for scale, but this is going to be perfect for raising animals.
Yeah, Theo's desperate for his goats. He hasn't forgotten about them just yet.
I cannot wait to get my goats. It's going to be incredible. It's just we need to pick the right time to actually get them, because it's not fair to get them too early and not be fully set up, especially in the summer.
Exactly, and this area is actually a really good testament to our tractor, isn't it?
Yeah, our tractor has been amazing. Without our tractor, I would have had to trim all of this grass, and it's a big area. I don't think I'd have a back left. Guys, Bee's driving the tractor. This is amazing. She looks terrified. She's doing a good job. She's got to find reverse now. So it looks like I've just lost my tractor because Bee doesn't seem to want to get off it.
Over here, we've got 2 of our cork trees and they're absolutely stunning.
Yeah, cork trees are some of the most incredible trees that you find here in Portugal. And Portugal is actually the biggest export in the world of cork.
They also provide fantastic amounts of shade, which I really like.
Yeah, shade's so important in the summer. I mean, it's 33 degrees right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And these, you can see right here how much shade they're providing. So we are now just leaving our main terrace and heading up to the second one, and you can tell this by the stone wall to the left of me that they use to separate the different terrace. They do this to allow the land to be flatter.
Yeah, because our whole property is on a gradient, and up here on this terrace we've got a really good assortment of trees. We've got more vines, corks, oaks, figs, lavender, no, it's not a tree, but whatever. Olive.
And we're just heading onto the main track that will take us all the way to the house eventually. It's a really beautiful track, it's really winding, and it's just a pleasure to drive every time we come up it. It's just like, I can't believe we own this place.
And this track wasn't here when we first moved. We basically made it from driving repeatedly in the same place.
When we first got here, we had to drive through actual broom trees to get up here. It was really wild. And speaking of broom trees,
this is broom trees. At the moment it's seeding. These are some seed pods, but before they were like this, they were beautiful yellow flowers. I actually really hate the smell of broom though.
And they're called Spanish and French broom.
Yes, we've got 2.
And just to the left here, this is one stunning area. I feel like a proper explorer coming through this area. It's really overgrown and wild. And this is definitely my favourite tree on the whole property. Look at that. That is the most stunning cork tree, and it is calling out for a tree house. Definitely. One day I will get the time to do a tree house. But if I just traipse through all of this really crunchy grass, check this out. This right here is a crazy stone that I found. All of this has been cleared out, and I just found this really weird stone, and it's as flat as anything.
It's so strange how it's standing up perfectly as well. I don't understand.
It is. I think this stone must have been used for something. They must have chiseled this down and used the face of it for something else, because it's just propped up.
Yeah, definitely. And we actually came here in, I think it was 2018 in July. We came for a week because we really missed the place, and we just stayed in our tent right under this tree because it stays shaded constantly, which is what you want in the summer.
So we are back on the track, and we are currently heading towards our outhouse. And here's one of our furry friends, that's Ginjey Bear, just running off. The outhouse, we use our composting toilet to go to the toilet, and we also have a shower On the left hand side, you can see there's boulders. They are what we've used to rebuild our house.
Fernando's using the natural composting toilet over here.
So Fernando is a naughty boy and he's just gone to the toilet. He's going to the toilet in my sand. I am going to shame you and put you on YouTube going to the toilet. Anyway, we're leaving Bee. If we turn left, we head into a beautiful area with our washing line, and in the distance you can actually see our outhouse, and this is one of our first big building projects on the land.
And this is where our original spa is. We've got an outdoor bath.
The bath is incredible. It's a wood-fired bath, and it's definitely only really for the winter time.
Yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit overgrown right now. It's not bath season, but the wood goes in here, a little fire under your butt, and the smoke goes out the chimney.
And then if you come back down the stairs, you actually be able to see in the distance
our water collection from the roof of our cabin.
It's really important when you live off grid to collect as much water as possible, so we try to do that where we can. And then we have our outhouse.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's got the coolest door of all time. Come on now, who's got a door like that?
We actually transported that door all the way from King's Heath in Birmingham, and I'm happy we did.
This cabin is completely self-contained, solar-powered bathroom, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's the first thing we built when we got to our property, and it's got a composting toilet that lasts for ages. When there's only 2 of you using it, let me tell you, it lasts for a really long time. We've got a wonderful sink that's fed from water above it. It's very fancy, looks super hipster and looks really cool. And the sink that we used was originally going to be in our van conversion, but it didn't fit, so I'm happy that we've got it in here. As I said, the lights are solar powered. They come on when you walk in. They're very, very cool. And the shower is amazing. In the winter time, going in here, pressing a button and standing beneath a hot shower is honestly the best thing ever.
We're actually heading to our actual house that we can't wait to move into. This project has been such a labour of love. It's a bit messy because it's a work site, but it's so nice. We have this massive veranda and I can't wait to just spend the summer under here because it's so much cooler.
Oh, I can't tell you how nice it is to sit on this incredibly comfy chair with the breeze under the veranda, admiring the view.
And one of the things we've noticed is this veranda is keeping the sun well away from the stone walls, which means inside the barn, isn't it? It's so much cooler.
It's so cool. It's not getting any hotter than 21 degrees, which is amazing. here under this veranda and thinking about how much the barn has changed since August last year is so cool. We took the entire roof off, raised it, changed the pitch, turned it into a beautiful chestnut ceiling, added a mezzanine, got this fantastic veranda that adds so much shade, had Velux windows put in, and just so much. Theo's been pointing, we've got the plastering going on, and I cannot wait to move into this space.
So we are now just leaving the middle section of our land and heading up to the top section. And there's some parts that we're not going to show you, like to the left, there's just all forest. We call it the no man's land. There's nothing much going on there really. But if we head up here to the top, this is where our chickens live.
And we live, but we don't live with the chickens.
No, we don't live with the chickens, but I kind of wish I did because they've got a very nice, extravagant chicken coop.
They have. We built this back in December because we've got Bremer chickens, which get quite big. So this space is perfect for them.
You will see that the chickens are in their enclosure in here. We put some shade netting to keep them cool and they love it. They have so much space and they aren't in here all the time. We do free range them, but for now we have 2 chicks that are just hanging out in here until they're old enough to go out and fend for themselves. So coming out the back of no man's land, I am now behind the, well, it's the chickens' favourite area, to be honest. This is the compost
heap. It's perfect. The chickens love to run out of their little coop straight into here.
And then our land goes all the way to the top of the hill. It's a really big expanse that we don't really use. So it goes all the way up to the top of there where them trees are and carries on all the way over there into that forest.
We've got quite a few different trees up here, some figs, some olives, some oak, some cork. So it's nice up here, nice and quiet. Also, I forgot to say in the spring, so much lavender grows here. It smells fantastic.
So last but not least, we are currently walking towards our living quarters.
Yeah, we don't actually live in the barn just yet. We live amongst a caravan and a van, and this is our temporary transportation at the moment because our trusty truck is unwell.
It's a beautiful area up here, and that is why we picked to live up here. We've got a really nice forest that we look out onto. Here we have our workshop, which is in a horse box trailer. And to the left-hand side,
I'm sitting underneath the veranda of our beautiful caravan, which is where we make all of our meals, do all of our work, and just chill out basically. But we don't sleep in here.
Yeah, we don't sleep in this caravan currently. But here we have one of my favourite devices. This right here is my tractor, and I really need to build a nice storage container for it to live in. Last but not least,
this is where we sleep. Our van is so bright in the sun. We keep it under shade, which is why it looks a bit mad right now, but it does make a very big difference to keeping it cool. hope that you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed filming it.
We had so much fun walking around the property and going to areas that we don't go to on a daily basis, and every morning we wake up and have to pinch ourselves because we own this place and we live in such a beautiful part of the world.
It really is a lovely place to live and we enjoy sharing all of it with you.
We really do, and we hope to see you on the next video.